Chapter 42 Counting the Harvest. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Han Xing threw this rare quality ring to Qing Jianyong, and then threw another one to Xin Yun. I didn't listen to their shouting in the discussion group and clicked close. A level 6 blue equipment with such high attributes should give them enough motivation to level up. After finishing the ranking rewards for Jianyong and Xin Yun, Han Xing began to look expectantly at what he had just obtained. This was the bulk of the rewards in this ranking. The first is the purple weapon blueprint of your choice. Of course Han Xing chose his professional main weapon. You have obtained the Moon Crown Longbow blueprint, purple, LV6, do you want to learn it? Yes. On the blueprint bar, the first purple equipment blueprint also appeared, which was his own weapon blueprint. The Korean star even couldn't wait to make it on the spot. Then, he saw the conditions for making the Moon Crown Longbow, materials required to make the Moon Crown Longbow, mithril *100. Fine iron *200, moon quartz *5, spiritual core *500, rare earth *2000, tough beast muscle *1. So much mithril. Han Xing was stunned for a moment and said doubtfully, and what is moonstone? I have never heard of it. Insufficient materials. Han Xing can only put it on hold temporarily. Anyway, this blueprint is also level 6. Even if it is made, it will not be equipped. He still lacks 50% of the experience bar to upgrade, so he is not in a hurry. After selecting the weapon blueprint, Han Xing opened the silver treasure chest rewarded by the system. When the quaint silver treasure chest was opened, a dazzling array of materials was revealed. Han Xing put them all into his backpack. The items found in the silver treasure chest were similar to those found by Qing Jianyong and the others. In addition to 12 pieces of mithril, there were also some high-end materials. At the bottom of the treasure chest, Han Xing saw a thick leather top, vicious beast leather armor, blue, quality, excellent, defense 13-17, agility +5, constitution +2, with special effects, soul of the beast, soul of the beast, when attacking. There is a 20% probability of activating the remaining soul of the beast on this piece of leather armor to launch a spiritual attack on the enemy. Equipment requirements, LV6. Although it's only of high quality, its properties are much better than the leather armor I'm wearing, and the special effects at the end are also pretty good. The reward from the silver treasure chest was good. After opening the treasure chest, Han Xing looked at the black scroll in his backpack with satisfaction. My mood also became excited, because this black scroll is the biggest reward in this standings, hidden career scroll. Han Xing took out the scroll, and a prompt appeared on the system. Do you want to enable the hidden career scroll? After opening it, you will randomly get an advanced hidden career scroll of the hunter career. Random. Han Xing was a little confused. He didn't know how many hidden professions there were in the world. What if he randomly found a junk profession? Then, Han Xing shook his head and said, forget it, there's no need to worry. It doesn't matter even if you find a random piece of garbage to hide, I still have the alternative plan of Wild Ranger. Then, he clicked open directly. The next moment, the sky suddenly turned dark. Han Xing clearly saw a dozen powerful shadows appearing around his territory. These phantoms may be tall or short, with different physical characteristics. Some are as tall as a giant more than 10 meters tall, while others are as short as dwarfs, but they all have one characteristic in common, that is, they hold a long bow as a weapon on their back or in their hands. The next moment, the shadow began to shake. Han Xing saw them passing quickly in front of his eyes. Finally, it settled on a shadow with pointed ears and a body shape similar to that of a human race. A system prompt appears. The hunter's hidden career scroll, Elf Archer, has been successfully randomly selected. Elf Shooter career scroll. After the survivor reaches level 10, you can use this scroll to advance to the hidden professional elf shooter. All attributes of the survivor will increase by 150%, and the level limit will be raised to level 20. When upgrading, the agility attribute will increase by 5 times. Automatically learn the exclusive skills of the elf shooter, wind perception, elf dance, and low-altitude flying. So strong, Han Xing exclaimed, 5 times the agility growth, every 2 levels, it is equivalent to 1 level more agility attributes than other hunter players, and there are 3 exclusive skills. At this time, Han Xing suddenly noticed the last skill. Low-altitude flying. Could it be that after learning, we can let the survivors fly into the sky and shoot? That this idea is very likely to be true. Han Xing was extremely shocked. If this is true, then the mobility of this profession will probably be beyond imagination, and the intensity will be raised several levels again. That he was very excited. The hidden profession he randomly received this time exceeded his expectations. At this time, Han Xing suddenly thought, I wonder which profession is better compared to the elf archer or the wild ranger. But it is not yet known what the skills of the wild ranger are, and there is no reference. Shaking his head, Han Xing stopped thinking about it. After processing these rewards, it was already late at night. 4 or 5 hours have passed since he got the first place reward. During this period, after the smart little sheep won the 4th place reward, no one could break through 1,000 points. At the current stage, level 5 elite monsters are like a mountain, blocking all survivors. High in the sky late at night, an island with an area of more than 900 cubic meters was moving at a high speed. Lying on this empty island is the Whisperer, who was previously ranked number 1 but has now been pushed to 5th place. He seemed to be in an extremely miserable state at this time. A mage's robe was torn into strips, and there were bloodstains all over his body, as if he had been scratched by some terrible monster. But the most serious thing was the bloody hole on his chest. The fist-sized wound looked quite oozing, and blood was still flowing out of it. If not treated as soon as possible, he would soon die of serious injuries. Thinking of this, the Whisperer endured the severe pain all over his body, picked up the small kettle on the ground, and poured it into his mouth. The kettle seems to be filled with spiritual spring water traded from Han Xing, which has a certain healing effect. However, after drinking a pot of spiritual spring water, the Whisperer found that the skin injuries on his body had indeed improved a little, but the bloody hole on his chest not only failed to stop the injury, but instead worsened. The Whisperer gritted his teeth and said angrily, Damn, damn, damn. What the hell, why is there a level 5 elite tree demon in there? How can I fight with such a fast attack speed? That the Whisperer gritted his teeth. If it weren't for that tree demon not being able to move, I would have been left there today. At this moment, he received a private message. It was sent by a survivor of the Whisper of God team. Cat under the moon, boss, we finally contacted you. You haven't responded to your message for almost a day, and the brothers are going crazy. Chapter 43 The Spotlight. You are listening at novelfull.audio. One day, I was unconscious for so long, that the Whisperer endured the severe pain in his chest and asked, Ahem. What happened? Has someone already won the first place? Is it the Black Eagle or the Papaya Protoss? That the Cat under the moon quickly replied, It's not Black Eagle and Papaya Star Spirit, it's that galaxy. It only took him more than 3 hours to gain more than 300 points, and then he directly won the first place at a terrifying speed. Not only that, the 2nd and 3rd place rewards were also taken away. One is called Lonely Brave Man, and the other is called Yun Tianming. Someone in the chat channel speculated that they are probably a group. That the Whisperer was also surprised after hearing this. What? However, as soon as he became emotional, he couldn't help spitting out a mouthful of blood. The Whisperer quickly closed his mouth and turned pale. The Cat under the moon opposite him clearly noticed something was wrong with him, so he asked, Boss, what's wrong with you? The Whisperer wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and said with difficulty, Don't worry about the ranking rewards for now. I am injured now, a very serious injury. If it is not treated in time, you will die soon. What? Uexiomo was extremely shocked and asked quickly, Boss, is the spiritual spring water useless? That the Whisperer gritted his teeth and said, It's useless. Lingquan water can only treat minor injuries. I'm too seriously injured now, so I need more powerful recovery tools. That he paused and continued, Old Cat, I want to tell you something now. You go and pool the resources of the entire team and do your best to help me find some items with healing effects. If you don't have them, go to the trading channel for help and try your best to replace them. Remember, no matter what the cost. Then you go and tell the brothers that the elite monster in the new area is more powerful than ever before, and it is thick-skinned and thick-skinned. There is no way to kill it without recovery items. Uexia Mao heard the seriousness of the matter, immediately hung up the private chat, and began to quickly report the situation to the members of the team. However, at the current stage, apart from spiritual spring water, there are few other items with healing effects. Some are not even as effective as spiritual spring water. Ueximo was extremely anxious, so he started to post a message in the chat channel and the trading channel at the same time. The Whisper of God's team is spending a lot of money to purchase healing items and potions, and is willing to offer a blue sword in exchange. At the same time, another big team, the Airplane Boys group, also released the same purchase information at this time, but their bid was even more astonishing. It was a blue-clad wristband blueprint. The entire area channel 107 was instantly shaken. At the current stage, the preciousness of blue equipment is self-evident. Even Korean stars and the others did not break out blue equipment before getting the ranking rewards. In the chat channel, some survivors discussed, both teams are looking for healing items, and they are even willing to take out blue equipment and blueprints. Could it be that something happened to their boss Whisperer and Papaya Star Spirit? This guess is pretty close. Although many of them were interested in the conditions offered by these two teams, none of them had enough healing items in their hands. In the second half of the night, as more and more survivors reached the 900-point level, they inevitably encountered the regional boss. Elite monsters of at least level 5 let them experience what despair is. Many people's equipment is not even as good as that of the Whisperers, and they are severely injured or killed by elite monsters in a single encounter. Some survivors who were lucky enough to survive were now complaining in the regional network. Damn it! The elite monsters in this area are too scary. They have such high attributes and are thick-skinned. How can we fight them? The one upstairs, and so am I. I finally managed to injure myself a little bit and inflicted some damage on the elite monster. As a result, the monster went berserk and didn't even give me a chance to fight back. Stop complaining. We are lucky enough to be able to save a life. Look at the rankings. Many people's names have disappeared. They are probably dead. Only then did they notice that many people's names had indeed disappeared from the rankings, and they all felt a cold air rising from their backs. Being able to save a life after encountering an elite monster is already a blessing in misfortune. Other survivors were in shock. By this time, they also understood the early map generation mechanism of this world. There is a powerful monster in the area where each survivor is. If you don't defeat it, you won't be able to generate a new map, and you won't be able to break through 1000 points. The system has this data stuck. At this time, someone asked. The boss in this area is so powerful, is there really no way to deal with it? Logically speaking, the system won't set up an enemy that we can't defeat in the early stage, right? After this person asked, the chat channel fell into silence. This is also something many people want to know. At this time, a weak male voice sounded in the chat channel. Ahem. This friend is right. The system will not set an invincible enemy for us. The person who spoke was Papaya Xingling, the leader of the Airplane Boy group. He had often posted some strategy posts before and had a good reputation in Area 107. As soon as he spoke, the other survivors held their breath, wanting to hear his perspective. At this time, Papaya Xingling said, Ahem. To be honest, I also encountered an elite monster, but I am very ashamed. I was lucky enough to save a life from that monster. As the Papaya Protas who has been in the top 3 for the past few days, he has some strength. His words also made other survivors' danger to the boss in this area increase by 2 levels again. Papaya Star Spirit continued. However, this failure is not without gain. Through my observations during this period, I found that the attributes of the monsters you encountered should be similar, and I came to a rough conclusion. If you want to defeat this level 5 elite monster, you need at least a green main weapon to cause damage to it. This is a hard condition. If you can't meet it, don't even think about it. If you have other green equipment on you, you can increase your fault tolerance. In addition to these, you also need to have good combat awareness. However, more importantly, there must be healing items or healing skills. Otherwise, when the monster goes berserk, no matter who it is, it will inevitably be injured. Without healing medicine, it is impossible to continue fighting. After Papaya Star Spirit finished speaking, a gasp of air rang out from the chat channel. At this time, others said. I see, the elite monsters in this area are so terrifying. You must have recovery drugs, otherwise you won't be able to pass the level at all. How did the Star God and the Lonely Warrior defeat them? Is it possible that they had recovery potions in their hands? That this person's guess was correct. Han Xing did have a large amount of secret life elixir in his body. Many people also thought of this at the same time. For a moment, everyone's focus was on the Korean Star. This night, Korean Star's private messages exploded. They are all eager for the recovery potion in Han Xing's hands. Chapter 44 The Great Mercy Korean Star, please read it. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. The next day, as soon as Han Xing opened his eyes, he saw thousands of private messages waiting to be processed. By clicking on a few, he could roughly figure out what happened. I see. It seems that everyone has experienced how powerful that elite monster is. An analysis conducted by Papaya Star Spirit in the chat channel last night directly regarded recovery drugs as one of the hard conditions for clearing this area. So many people are chatting privately with the Korean Star, and they all want to trade the recovery items in his hands. Han Xing was secretly happy, and then whispered, "It seems that the time has come. We can almost sell a batch of secret life medicine as a trade, that the materials he has hoarded now can produce a large amount of secret elixir of life, unless another survivor reveals the secret formula of life at this time, then he is equivalent to having the only source of supply." In other words, Korean Stars once again completed their monopoly on the entire District 107 and nearly 10,000 survivors. Thinking of this, Han Xing immediately decided to start making the secret medicine of life, and then took it to the trading channel for trading. In fact, he could have waited a little longer to whet the appetite of the survivors on Channel 107. When more casualties occur, other survivors will have a stronger desire for the secret medicine of life, and they will be willing to pay a greater price in order to survive. But it's not necessary. This is not a Korean Star out of kindness, but out of a long-term consideration. According to current trends, he and the nearly 10,000 survivors in Area 107 may have to get along with each other for a long time. If Han Xing wants to continue this model, he must have a large number of survivors to help him collect various materials and props. In other words, these survivors in Area 107 are all excellent wage earners in his eyes. If there are too many casualties, it will be equivalent to losing a lot of labor force for nothing, which is not worth the gain. Thinking of this, Han Xing suddenly laughed. "I'm so kind." Han Xing jumped up from his 2-meter-wide bed, and then walked around a 1,000-square-meter empty island, looking very leisurely. After a while, Han Xing came to his warehouse area, and then he looked at the remaining material reserves in the storage box. The main materials for making the secret medicine of life are 100 milliliters of spiritual spring water and 10 spiritual cores. There are now 800 liters of spiritual spring water left and 12,464 spiritual cores remaining in reserve. If they were all produced, it would be more than 8,000 bottles of the secret medicine of life. It sounds like a lot, but in fact, if it were divided among tens of thousands of people in District 107, each person would not be able to get even a bottle of the secret medicine of life. Moreover, his spiritual core reserves could only produce more than 1,200 bottles of secret life elixir. Thinking of this, Han Xing directly clicked on all productions, and the system prompts came. Do you want to consume 124,600 milliliters of spiritual spring water, 12,460 spiritual cores, moonflower grass, to make 1246 bottles of secret life medicine? Yes. The words just fell. A dense progress bar appeared on the recipe interface. At the same time, the spiritual core reserves in his small treasury were also directly emptied, but Han Xing didn't feel bad at all, because he was sure that he could use these more than 1,200 bottles of secret life medicine to earn more resources. At the same time, the survivors of God's Whisper and the Airplane Boy group were going crazy. Their boss was seriously injured and dying. Under the influence of the Papaya Star Spirit, Han Xing probably had healing items in his hands, so they spent the whole night sending private messages to Han Xing. But Han Xing was sleeping at that time, so he didn't care that there were so many of them. Seeing that Han Xing ignored them, these people went crazy about Han Xing in the chat channel. "At Xinghe, God of Xinghe, come out quickly, our boss is dying, please save him. At Xinghe, brother, I'm hurt too, please." Chat channel.at This moment, Han Xing finally appeared. he smiled and said, "Everyone, I see your needs." The chat channel was silent for a moment, then an overwhelming amount of news began to flood the screen. They were excitedly talking about Korean stars, and some even made voice calls, shouting the word galaxy crazily. "Star God, you are finally out, we are almost exhausted waiting for it. Star God, please save the child, How cannot live without his father. Star God." Many survivors had been waiting for it all night, and finally Han Xing came out. How could they not be excited? Just then, someone came out to stop their madness and shouted, "Quiet. Everyone be quiet. Damn it, stop brushing it up. You've brushed off Star God's speech. Do you still want to change the healing items?" This man's words were very effective, and the madness in the chat channel gradually subsided. When the screen refresh stopped, Han Xing continued, "Everyone, please be patient. You are right. I do have a batch of healing things in my hand. It is called the secret medicine of life. As for the effect, you can see for yourself." Han Xing posted the properties of the secret medicine of life. There was a gasp in the chat channel. What a powerful secret medicine, it can even heal such serious injuries. Let me go. With this secret medicine, what kind of monsters are there on the island to be afraid of? I will transform into a drug-eating warrior and rush into the monster group to kill them for 800 rounds. Although it is only the primary life secret medicine, at the current stage, the survivor's physical constitution is only 20 points at most, which is enough to bring him back from the death line in a short time. At this time, someone asked cautiously, "Star God, this batch of secret life medicine in your hand, are you selling it?" Han Xing replied, "Sell, of course." Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Then, someone else asked, "Star God, what are you going to do to put the secret medicine of life on the shelves, and what's more, the price?" Han Xing smiled, "It won't be put on the shelves for the time being. I will use an auction this time to sell the secret medicine of life in my hand." "Auction?" "Yes." Han Xing replied, "Some of you should understand what I mean." Everyone was a little confused, but many people were moved. Han Xing did not give in, and explained directly, "There are more than 90 ranking rewards on the ranking list for each person to receive. In other words, whoever trades with me sooner will be able to defeat the regional boss faster, and then get the ranking reward." As soon as he finished speaking, the area network fell silent. They saw Han Xing's ambition. Not only did he win the top 3 rewards, but now he also controls the top 100 rewards in the entire ranking. And Korean stars do have this ability. It is estimated that even the system that specifies reward rules did not expect that a human survivor would control the entire ranking. Now, all the rewards for the top 4 have been claimed, but even so, there are still 96 reward places to be claimed in the rankings. What's more important is that the top 5 can all choose a blue weapon and equipment. In other words, there is still the last blue weapon reward on the territory points ranking list. At this moment, the Whisperer, who had not spoken for a long time, suddenly jumped out and said, "Xinghe, are you serious about this?" Chapter 45 Elementary Castle Drawings, please follow up. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 45 Elementary Castle Drawings. The Whisperer asked, "Xinghe, did you really auction your first batch of secret life medicine?" Han Xing replied, "Yes, the price is high and the income is high." "Okay, you can make an offer. We, Whisper of God, will definitely win this 5th place reward." After saying that, the Whisperer added another sentence in the chat channel, "Please, if you can sell me some face, please don't snatch this first batch of secret life medicine from a certain person." In normal times, as the leader of the 3 major teams in District 107, the Whisperer would be able to sell off this reputation, but now, this is about ranking rewards and important props like the secret medicine of life. No one will give up easily. At this time, the always low-key leader of the Jet Boy group, Papaya Xingling, also stood up and said, "Brother Whisper, everyone wants this reward for 5th place, but as Brother Xing has said, the one with the highest price will get it." His words were equivalent to demolishing the Whisperer. The Whisperer snorted. At this time, Han Xing said again, "Then, let's start the auction now. The first batch, 5 bottles of secret elixir of life, the starting price is 1,000 spiritual cores. You can also bring out other items and increase the price, depending on the value, decide who will be given to them in the end. Han Xing started with 5 bottles of life's secret medicine. This amount of life's secret medicine was equivalent to a few extra lives, which was enough for them to kill the elite monsters. After saying this, the survivors who felt that they had the strength to compete for the list began to bid wildly. 1,500 spiritual cores, plus a green necklace. 1,800 spiritual cores, plus 64 pieces of mithril. 2,200 spiritual cores. At the same time, both the Whisperers and the Papaya Protoss were frantically raising supplies in their own discussion groups. After some exaggerated bidding, the final bid came to 4,000 spiritual cores, plus a large amount of mithril, and other materials, but compared to a blue weapon, they felt that the price was affordable, and in addition to the weapon, there was also an advanced career scroll, which was not a loss. At this moment, the Whisperer suddenly said, 5,000 spiritual cores, 107 pieces of mithril, 13,000 fine iron, plus a blue plate armor jacket. After the Whisperer finished speaking, a gasp suddenly appeared in the chat channel. This bid can be said to have scared away many people who were interested in competing. The Whisperer took out the blue equipment, partly for the ranking reward, and partly because he was seriously injured and urgently needed the secret life elixir to recover from his injuries. However, at this moment, Papaya Star Spirit also reported his price, 5,500 spiritual cores, 132 pieces of mithril, 14,000 fine iron. Plus a blue necklace. Hiss. There was a sound of inhaling in the chat channel again. The Whisperer didn't speak. He seemed to be considering whether it was not worth the extra price and whether he could get his money back. However, at this moment, Han Xing suddenly chuckled and said, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to remind you. After defeating this elite monster, you will get a lot of good things. Even the secret medicine formula has a huge amount." The probability explodes. As soon as he finished speaking, the Papaya Star Spirit, who thought he was sure of victory, suddenly felt his heart sink. Once the secret formula is exported, it is enough to make the competitors who have given up become interested again. At this time, someone asked tentatively, "Star God, do you mean that your secret life medicine formula was also discovered on elite monsters?" Han Xing smiled and did not answer the question directly. But those survivors acquiesced in this statement in their hearts. At the same time, the Whisperer suddenly gritted his teeth and spoke again, 6,000 spiritual cores, 140 pieces of mithril, 15,000 fine iron, plus a preliminary castle design drawing. That he also went all out and took out all the blueprints he got from a mysterious island he accidentally broke into. Han Xing's eyes lit up. The castle design sounded like an architectural drawing. At this stage, there is no word on who has built a territorial building. If no one offers a higher price, then the first batch of 5 bottles of life's secret elixir will fall into the hands of the Whisperer. The Papaya Protoss was very confused at this time, but he also considered whether it was not worthwhile to pay more for a blue outfit. Han Xing waited for a moment and saw that no one raised the price, so he said, "Then, it's a deal." As soon as he finished speaking, many people in the entire chat channel breathed a sigh of relief at the same time. Han Xing also showed his credibility and immediately applied for a deal with the Whisperer. Transaction window. At this time, the Whisperer put a large amount of spiritual cores and precious mithril on his face with pain in his face. This is almost all the gains of hundreds of people from there. Whisper of Gods in the past few days, but now they have all been traded out. A system prompt appears. The transaction is successful. You get the secret elixir of life *5, and you lose the spiritual core *6,000, the mithril *140, the fine iron *15,000, and the elementary castle design drawing *1. The Whisperer looked at the 5 bottles of emerald green secret medicine on the territory, and he almost shed tears of excitement. The injuries on his body were getting worse, and the status column on his personal panel also changed to near death. If it weren't for the fact that he kept drinking spiritual spring water to hold on to his last breath, the Whisperer wouldn't have been able to survive this time. He couldn't wait and poured a bottle of secret medicine of life into his mouth. The seemingly oozing injury on his chest finally improved. At this moment, the Whisperer cried with joy. "Ha! I almost died." At the same time, Korean stars also began to continue bidding. Although there are no more spots for blue equipment on the standings, other rewards are still very attractive. There are still 95 places left, and the advanced career transfer book alone is enough for other survivors to sprint. As a result, the subsequent auction went very smoothly. Everyone was very enthusiastic and continued to raise the upper limit of the transaction amount. The auction lasted for nearly 2 hours, and the Korean star finally sold out all the remaining 95 places, and he also obtained a large amount of materials. Among them, there are 73,624 light spirit cores, more than 1,000 mithrils, and materials such as refined iron and rare earths, which directly exceed 100,000, coupled with all kinds of miscellaneous materials, such as beast hearts, strong men's blood, moonflower grass, etc. His storage box was once again filled to the brim, and all he paid was 480 bottles of secret life elixir. This rate of return is not only 10 times, but even 100 times. Moreover, after 2 hours, many survivors who were stuck at the 900-point level also broke through one after another. Some people continue to break through 1,000 points and receive ranking rewards. Half an hour later, the 100th survivor successfully exceeded 1,000 points. Then, Korean stars stopped the auction mode and directly put the secret medicine of life on the shelves. Compared to items such as spiritual spring water, which can be traded 1 milliliter by ml, the secret medicine of life can only be traded in whole bottles. Korean stars have set various initial prices. For example, 200 spiritual cores can be exchanged for 1 bottle of life elixir. 1 piece of mithril is equal to 10 spiritual cores, a blue drawing is equal to 1,000 spiritual cores, etc. As soon as the secret medicine of life was put on the shelves, it once again triggered a mad rush. From getting up in the morning to sunset, Han Xing has been trading wildly with other survivors. His whole body was in a state of excitement. Seeing the large amounts of materials coming in, I felt an unparalleled sense of satisfaction. After all, who can resist the joy of being a hoarder? Please read it. Today's follow-up reading is very important to the author, as it will lead to subsequent recommendations. Thank you all. I also recommend a new book by a veteran author of the same genre, Copy in the Room, in the business adventure genre. Chapter 46 What a Profit! You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, Han Xing's thousands of square meters of territory were once again piled with various materials, hundreds of thousands of spiritual cores piled up into a 2-meter-high hill. The spiritual energy emitted almost turned into mist, making people feel refreshed after just one whiff. At this time, Briquettes was jumping excitedly on the hill made of spiritual cores. For the first time, the little guy experienced the pleasure of being knocked unconscious by delicious food. From time to time, Cole Ball opened his mouth and swallowed a large mouthful of spiritual cores, at least a dozen of them. Han Xing also indulged it in eating. Anyway, with the amount of this pile of spiritual cores, even if it took several years to eat the briquettes, it wouldn't be able to finish them all. However, after the little guy took a few bites, he couldn't eat any more. As if it was full, it found a piece of grass and lay down comfortably, turned its belly, and fell into a deep sleep. Looking at this look, the corner of Han Xing's mouth twitched. TCH, I thought it was edible. Han Xing began to sort out his harvest. So far, more than 1,200 bottles of the secret life elixir he has produced have been sold, and a large amount of materials have been obtained, but there is still a big gap in the current market for such an important recovery item. Many people were even eager to stock up on a few more bottles. The secret life elixir was not enough for all survivors, so the supply became even tighter. Although it is already evening, the Korean star is working overtime to start making the secret medicine of life. His current spiritual core reserve was completely sufficient, so he made all the remaining spiritual spring water into the secret medicine of life in one go. There are 7,000 bottles of the secret medicine of life. The production time for one bottle is 10 seconds, which translates into 70,000 seconds, which is nearly 20 hours. The Korean star did nothing for the next day. He only sold one bottle after making it. Except for occasional breaks, he spent all his time trading with other survivors. In the first hour, more than 600 bottles of secret medicine were traded. In the second hour, more than 1,300 bottles of secret medicine were traded. Large sums of material continue to come in. End of day. Finally, After the 7,000th bottle of the secret medicine of life was sold, Han Xing stopped trading, because his spiritual spring water reserves were exhausted. More than 800 liters of spiritual spring water were used to produce more than 8,000 bottles of secret life medicine, 7,000 of which were traded into various materials. In the chat channel, seeing that Han Xing had not put Lingquan water on the shelves for a long time, many survivors who had been looking forward to it suddenly had some bad premonitions. At this time, Han Xing said in a hoarse voice in the chat channel, "Everyone, the secret medicine of life has been sold out. I cannot supply the raw materials here, and I can no longer make the secret medicine of life." Hearing what Han Xing said, those survivors who didn't get the replacement suddenly felt extremely regretful. Among them, there are still many people who have not obtained the secret medicine of life. At this time, someone asked cautiously, "Star God, is it really gone?" Han Xing replied, "Yes, one of the main materials needed to make the secret medicine of life has been used up. I will make it again when I find a new main material in the future. Furthermore, I have traded more than 7,000 bottles of secret life elixir, which is enough for many people to defeat the current regional boss. You should be able to explode some other recovery props on these bosses, which is basically enough for the remaining people to clear this area." In fact, Han Xing still has thousands of bottles of secret life elixir in reserve. But he was not prepared to take it out. After all, people have selfish motives. In future battles, he would inevitably encounter injuries. If he was injured, he didn't want to put himself in a dangerous situation because he didn't have enough secret life medicine. Hearing what Han Xing said, many survivors expressed their understanding. At this time, someone said, "Star God, thank you for your hard work, we will remember your kindness." Han Xing smiled and shook his head, "It's just a transaction, nothing more than kindness." However, this man smiled and said, "The Star God is really not candid. Although you say this is just a transaction, in fact we all take it into consideration. In the past 2 days, you have been trading the secret medicine of life with us almost non-stop, and indirectly saved the lives of countless people, including me." The man smiled bitterly and said, "If it weren't for your secret life medicine, I might have been killed by that monster." His words were recognized by many people, and they all responded, "Yes, it is thanks to the Star God's secret life medicine that I was able to save my life. It is too difficult to come to this world." "Me too. Speaking of which, this is the second time Star God has saved us from fire and water. Most of us in District 107 owe him a big favor." "That's right, Star God is the savior of Area 107. I will fight with anyone who dares to question him in the future. I announce that the Galaxy God cult will be officially established starting today. I will be the first believer. Does anyone else want to join?" Seeing that their words were getting more and more outrageous, Han Xing quickly interrupted, "Stop. Don't do those stupid things. I just want to trade with you in exchange for supplies. If you do anything embarrassing for me, I won't sell it." Ha ha. The chat channel burst into laughter. Han Xing shook his head and was about to close the chat channel. At this moment, a private message appeared. "The other party's name is Tornado Potato." Korean stars have some impressions of this name. After clicking on the private chat, Tornado Potato immediately said excitedly, "Dad. I haven't changed to the secret medicine of life yet." Han Xing suddenly had black lines on his face. "Don't yell like that. When did I have a son as old as you?" Tornado Potato said quickly, "Star God, you don't know, you saved my life when I was in the most difficult time. You are my reborn parents, so it's natural for me to call you Dad." Seeing that he wanted to continue talking, Han Xing quickly clicked on the transaction application. After directly placing 10 bottles of the secret medicine of life, Han Xing ignored his exaggerated screams and closed the private chat directly. Then, Han Xing felt that his ears finally became quiet. After 2 days of non-stop work, I was able to relax now, and a strong feeling of sleepiness and exhaustion came over me like a tide. Han Xing shook his head and cheered up. He planned to take a rest after counting the harvest, and he still had something to do. Looking at the several hills of materials on the territory, Han Xing's breathing became a little rapid again, and even his sleepiness was dispelled a lot. "This time I really made a lot of money at once." After the excitement, Han Xing began to take stock. the biggest profit from this transaction is naturally the spiritual core. This thing has so many uses that it has almost become the universal currency of this world. After excluding the consumption of making spiritual spring water, he harvested a total of 253,764 spiritual cores. Then, another bunch of more precious materials is mithril. It is needed to make both blue and purple equipment, and it should be used a lot later. After counting, a total of more than 16,000 pieces of mithril were harvested. Sure enough, there is still strength in numbers. The three of them won the top 3 rewards and each opened a silver treasure chest, but they only managed to collect less than 50 pieces of mithril. After trading with all the survivors in Channel 107, I directly gained more than 10,000 yuan. So much money. Chapter 47 The Cloud Secret Realm is online. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After counting the number of spiritual cores and mithril, Han Xing continued to count other material resources, hundreds of thousands of rare earths, ether, tens of thousands of power crystals, magic crystals, as well as the blood of strong men and various one-star beast leathers, etc. And the most important thing is that a key material needed to make the purple weapon, the Moon Crown Longbow, has been replaced with more than 20 moon crystals. In other words, Han Xing can now make 4 purple weapons at once. But he didn't make it right away because the level wasn't high enough and he wouldn't be able to equip it even if he made it. It's not too late to do it again after you reach level 6, then, Han Xing stuffed all the materials on the empty island territory into the storage box. The crowded Sky Island territory became spacious again. Han Xing grabbed a small folding stool and put it under his butt, then took out a drawing from his backpack and started studying it. This was obtained from the Whisperer during the auction of the first batch of Life's Secret Potions yesterday. It is called the Preliminary Castle Construction Drawings. At this moment, a milky animal cry sounded. Ouch! Coal Ball suddenly jumped onto Han Xing's lap, stretched out his little head, and seemed to be curious about what his master was looking at. Han Xing picked up the briquettes with one hand, put it on his shoulder, patted its little head and said, "Don't make trouble for me yet, I will take you out for some activities tomorrow." In the past 2 days, Han Xing has not explored the empty island. This active little guy has nowhere to vent his vigorous energy, and he is almost exhausted. Ouch! Coal Ball raised his head and responded obediently. After comforting the little guy, Han Xing looked at the drawing in his hand again. Elementary Castle Construction Drawing, Territory Type Building. Survivors can build a primary castle in the territory. Elementary Castle, Defense Value 1000, which can increase the defense value of all defensive buildings in the territory by 20%, increase the attack power of all offensive buildings by 10%, increase the attributes of all friendly units by 10%, and increase the travel speed of the air island territory by 10%. Materials required to build a primary castle. Stone *1000000, wood *20,000, spiritual core *50,000, fine iron *50,000, rare earth *90,000, mithril *8,000, power crystal *5,000, magic crystal *5,000. Note, when building a primary castle, the territory needs to be at least greater than 1,000 square meters, and at least 400 square meters of open space must be reserved. Looking at the materials listed in units of tens of thousands, Han Xing suddenly realized that this thing was probably not something that could appear at the current stage. At this stage, which survivor can produce so much material at once? Except for myself, of course. It's no wonder that the Whisperer chose to trade this kind of blueprint, because he expected that even with the Whisper of God team helping him behind the scenes, it would take a long time to completely assemble these materials. Han Xing said with some surprise, "With so many materials, even my reserves would not be enough if I hadn't traded the secret medicine of life." However, the effect of this castle is really strong. As long as I stand in the territory, it can increase my attributes by 10%. Moreover, this attribute enhancement can not only be increased to Han Xing, but also friends in the territory, including pets, summons, and vassal units, can also enjoy the bonus. But, what is the concept of this 1,000 defense value? Can it withstand the impact of elite monsters? Han Xing was a little unsure, but he thought that he didn't even have a house, and a bunch of furniture could only be placed in the open air. The Korean star immediately decided to do it. No matter what the other effects of this castle are, even if it is used as a shelter from wind and rain. Thinking of this, Han Xing moved all the furniture in the center of the territory aside, leaving a sufficiently open area. The next moment, he clicked build, the castle drawing in his hand disappeared, and then a system prompt appeared. Territory construction, the primary castle is under construction, and the estimated remaining time is 32 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds. The elementary castle construction drawings have been automatically recorded in the territory function page. After the system prompt appears, Han Xing saw that in the center of his territory, a large area was circled, like a rectangular outline. A blue-gray mist suddenly rose in the area. At the same time, a large amount of material disappeared from his storage box. Not long after, the foundation of a castle was built. Han Xing probably calculated in his mind that the maximum diameter of the castle is 39 meters, covering an area of about 300 square meters, which is not very big, but if it is just used as a residence, it is a well-deserved big house and a big mansion. If it were to be built on Blue Star, millions of dollars would not be enough to build such a castle. Han Xing imagined the completed castle with great anticipation. According to the sketch on the drawing, this is a relatively retro-European style building, divided into 3 floors, upper, middle and lower. Each floor has an expanded tower at each of the 4 corners, with windows in the middle of the tower. In the middle of the building, a tower tens of meters high stands, with a flag flying at the top. Han Xing said excitedly, "I will finally have a home of my own in this world." After looking forward to it, Han Xing found the sofa he made nearby and lay down directly on it. The tense nerves began to relax, and Han Xing suddenly felt fatigue coming over him like a tide. These 2 days have been really busy. Although the harvest is amazing, it is also really tiring. Han Xing stared at the bright starry sky in a daze, the breeze caressing him, making him feel particularly comfortable. The little guy Cole Ball also jumped onto the sofa at some point and lay at his feet, purring slightly. 1 person and 1 wolf fell asleep like this. The next day, it is also the 10th day since all Blue Star humans came to this world. As soon as Han Xing woke up, a system prompt suddenly appeared in everyone's mind. System, attention all survivors. 10 days have passed since you entered Sky Island Paradise, and you have initially adapted to this world. A new version of the game has been opened, a new challenge copy, and the Cloud Secret Realm will be opened soon. The Cloud Secret Realm is randomly generated. Survivors can find clouds with the whirlpool mark near the area, and inside is the randomly generated Cloud Secret Realm. Please note, the Cloud Secret Realm is different from other Sky Island territories. After entering, you will be transported to a special scene. The monsters in each scene are different. The difficulty of the Cloud Secret Realm is divided into 5 levels from 1 star to 5 stars. Each star level has different restrictions on the number of people who can enter at the same time. The higher the star level, the higher the risk. Survivors, please choose carefully. The current version can generate a 2-star difficulty secret realm at most. After successfully challenging the Yunduo Secret Realm, you will receive precious props and a large number of rewards including but not limited to blue and purple equipment, advanced career scrolls, rune drawings, rune crystals, and strong fragments. Chapter 48. The area is lifted and a new list is opened. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This sudden system announcement shocked everyone's brains. In the chat channel, everyone was excitedly discussing what the Cloud Secret Realm was, and what the rune drawings and strongman fragments behind it were. At this time, Han Xing sat back on the sofa, touched his chin and thought, is it the secret realm of clouds? When I played Sky Island Paradise on my mobile phone, there was no such gameplay. It should be a new game after coming to this world. Function. Speaking of which, Korean stars have not played on mobile phones for long. At that time, he drew a spot for the closed beta on a mysterious web page, and then downloaded the installation package. I have been playing for less than a week in total, and the game character has just reached level 11, then he came into this world. Therefore, Han Xing's understanding of the world is not much greater than that of other survivors. As a newly released copy, the rewards in this Cloud Secret Realm should be good. But correspondingly, it will also be very dangerous. At this moment, the second system prompt came. System, all survivors, please note that the survivor area protection mechanism has been lifted and the area map has been changed to an open state. Now, survivors can find the location of others through the coordinates on the map. You can cooperate and compete with each other, or you can choose to draw your swords against each other and invade each other's territory. Please note that when too many survivors gather in the same area, there will be a greater chance of spawning high-level monsters, and the cloud monsters encountered will be stronger. At the same time, the desire of monsters in the clouds to attack has greatly increased. There is a chance that they will take the initiative and find the survivors' territories to invade. Please do a good job in protecting your territory. A long list of prompts, each containing a wealth of information. The next moment, the chat channel was boiling again. Brothers, have you seen the update announcement? The regional protection function has been lifted. This means that not only can we meet, but we can also form a team together, and even fight together. I saw it too, woo woo, I finally don't have to fight alone. Biaogua, my little sister will come to see you soon. At this time, someone also gave a friendly reminder, please be careful and don't gather too many people together, otherwise it may attract high-level monsters. Didn't you see the system prompt? Now those monsters in the clouds will also take the initiative to attack us, but be careful not to be killed. At the same time, in the discussion group where Han Xing and the others were, 3 people were also discussing this update. Qing Jianyong said excitedly, brothers, the protection mechanism has been lifted, which means we can meet soon. Tell us your coordinates, and I will come find you. Shenyun, 42156, 33247, 69745. Korean Star, 41784, 24451, 88. After hearing this, Qing Jianyong was immediately surprised and said, oh no, I'm in 42063, 54223, 48612, which is a bit far away from you. Shenyun replied, it's a bit far. At our current speed, it will take at least 4 or 5 days to get here, and we have to pay attention to avoid those clouds during this period. It will probably take even longer. Shenyun asked tentatively, how about the 2 of us rush to Brother Xing's side first? Qing Jianyong just wanted to agree, then Han Xing said, don't be anxious yet, don't rush over here. Now that the regional protection mechanism has just been lifted, other survivors will definitely have the same idea as us. With a large number of survivors running around, and the possibility of monsters in the clouds taking the initiative to attack, the entire area will become extremely chaotic. Chen Yun also understood something and asked tentatively, Brother Xing, are you worried? Han Xing replied, yes, I am worried that some people with evil intentions will take action against other survivors. Under the current situation where everyone has similar attributes, if they fight, it is likely to cause losses to both parties. And if these people gather together, it will be even more troublesome. The 2 of them heard the worry in Han Xing's words, and knew that what he said was reasonable. It is even said that Korean Star's worries will definitely come true, although Area 107 looks peaceful on the surface. In fact, there must be some people with evil intentions inside. This is no different than Blue Star. This is a world without legal constraints, for profit, or for the trophies in the hands of other survivors. These people will do anything. Qing Jianyong asked at this time, Brother Xing, do you have any good suggestions here? Han Xing thought for a moment and replied, my suggestion is that we stay put for the first 2 days. After the initial chaotic period is over, the 3 of us will move towards the same coordinates to shorten the rendezvous time. Then when you encounter clouds that can be beaten on the road, try to explore them as much as possible. When you are on the road, you should also upgrade quickly, but you must be careful to avoid those large clouds. After listening to this, the 2 felt that Han Xing's plan was safer, so they agreed to his plan, and just when they were about to take action, the 3rd prompt from the system appeared, announcement, since most regional territory rankings have ended, a new ranking challenge is now open. Divided according to different regions, the first 100 survivors in each region to reach level 10 will receive ranking rewards. Number 100 to 51, reward, Psychic Shield Crystal Tower Construction Drawing, Elementary, *1, Iron Armored Puppet, *5, Elementary Lord's Hut Construction Drawing, *1, Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawing, *1, Spiritual Core *. Number 50 to 11, Reward, Psychic Shield Obelisk Construction Drawing, Elementary, *1, Iron Armor Puppet, *10, Elementary Lord's Hut Construction Drawing, *1, Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawing, *1, Spirit Core *. Are there new ranking rewards? Han Xing was also shocked by this system prompt. He looked at the properties of these reward items: Psychic Shield Obelisk Construction Drawing, Elementary, a territorial building that builds a crystal tower that can generate a psychic shield. The psychic shield can resist physical and magical attacks. The defense value is 200, Iron Armored Puppet LV-10, Ordinary Defensive Puppet, which can only move within the territory. Attributes: Strength 53, Agility 34, Spirit 32, Constitution. Skills: Copper Skin and Iron Bones, Flame Spray, Sawtooth Cutting. It seems like the attributes are pretty good. Han Xing thought, among them, the Psychic Shield Obelisk, Elementary, can actually directly generate a shield, which means that it encloses the territory so that no one else can enter, and it can also block attacks. The second armored puppet is a defensive puppet with attributes similar to those of a level 10 ordinary monster. It can help survivors fight when they encounter danger or are invaded by other cloud monsters. Then there is the third one, Junior Lord's Cabin. The defense value is 500, which can increase the defense value of all defensive buildings in the territory by 10%, increase the attack power of all offensive buildings by 5%, and increase the attributes of all friendly units by 5%. Island territory travel speed increased by 10%. Seeing the attributes of the Lord's Hut, Han Xing said doubtfully, "This Junior Lord's Hut seems to have the same effect as my Junior Castle, but the amplification effect is quite different." Chapter 49 Team Era. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The defensive building bonus of the Lord's Castle is 20%, the Lord's Hut is only 10%, and all other increases are only half. Han Xing's heart moved. It seems that the Junior Castle is a higher level building than the Lord's Cabin, that it's not in vain that he spent so much material to build the castle. Then, Han Xing continued to look at the remaining ranking rewards. 10th for th place, reward. Psychic Shield Obelisk Construction Drawing, Elementary, *1, Silver Armor Puppet, *1, Elementary Lords Hut Construction Drawing, *1, Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawing, *1 Purple Weapon of Choice *1, Spiritual Core *. The third place reward, Psychic Shield Obelisk Construction Drawing, Elementary, *1, Silver Armor Puppet, *3, Elementary Lord's Hut Construction Drawing, *1, Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawing, *1, Purple Weapon of Choice, *1, Spiritual Core *. Second place reward, Psychic Shield Obelisk Construction Drawing, Elementary, *1, Silver Armor Puppet, *5, Junior Lord's Hut Construction Drawing, *1, Purple Weapon of Choice, *1, Gold Treasure Chest *1, Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawing, Spiritual Core *. First place reward, Psychic Shield Obelisk Construction Drawing, Elementary, *1, Golden Armor Puppet, *1, Elementary Lord's Hut Construction Drawing, *1, Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawing, Gold Weapon Blueprint of your choice, *1, Golden Treasure Chest *1, Spiritual Core *. Elementary Teleportation Array Construction Drawings, Territory Terrain Buildings, which can be constructed in the territory. Function: you can use the teleportation array to go to the teleportation array in the territory of other survivors. Before teleportation, you need to record the survivor's teleportation array number. Only with the permission of the opponent's lord, other survivors can teleport. Silver Armor Puppet LV-10, Elite Level, an enhanced defense puppet that can only move within the territory. Attributes: Strength 74, Agility 53, Spirit 46, Constitution. Skills: Copper Skin and Iron Bones, Flame Breath, Sawtooth Cutting, Heavy Hammer Impact. Golden Armor Puppet, Leader Level, a special enhanced puppet that can only move within the territory. Attributes: Strength 108, Agility 74, Spirit 86, constitution, skills, steel and iron bones, flame spray, blood cutting, heavy hammer slam, metal blasting. The chat channel suddenly fell into silence, and then the screen flooded with messages. Damn it, the Lord's hut, the teleportation array, and so many puppets with powerful attributes. You can make a lot of money just by ranking. The silver armored puppet is equal to the strength of a level 10 elite monster. The golden armored puppet is even more terrifying. It is actually the leader level. At the current stage, a golden armored puppet can sweep the entire field, right? Not only that, but there are also golden treasure chests and golden weapons. Oh my god, that the rewards were so great that even the survivors couldn't believe it. They even wished they could reach level 10 immediately and win the first place reward. At the same time, several teams in District 107, which were beginning to take shape, began giving speeches again. At this time, the Whisperer was the first to say in the Whisper of God discussion group, "Everyone, the regional protection mechanism has been lifted. The days of us humans fighting alone are about to pass. Next, is the era of team mode. We can unite together quickly. Not only can safety be guaranteed, but more importantly, everyone can form a team to fight in the future. Not only will the upgrade speed be accelerated, but the resources obtained will also increase dramatically. It doesn't matter if we failed in the rankings last time. This time, we at Whisper of God will definitely win the spot." Other members of the discussion group shouted, "Okay." The team members were very enthusiastic. Papaya Xingling also said in the Airplane Boy group discussion group, "The rewards in the rankings are very generous and will probably make a lot of people excited. I have already seen from the last ranking competition that we have many masters in District 107. But now, the game version has changed. Only by joining together can we create greater results. These people should also be able to see that they should also have the idea of joining the team now, so this is a good time for us to recruit people. Everyone takes this opportunity to recruit people in the chat channel to make our Airplane Boy group bigger and stronger." The team members took orders one after another. What Papaya Star Spirit said is true. In the current chat channel, many survivors are seeking to join the team. What other teams are recruiting in our area? Level 5 Priesthood, half-dressed in green, please join. Level 4 Warrior, 20 points of strength. Is there any team that wants me? Level 5 Mage. Han Xing also received many messages, all of which invited him to join the team, but he was directly rejected by Han Xing. It's true that the game version has changed, but the system also warned that gathering too many people would attract attacks from powerful monsters. At this juncture, the most important thing is to seize the time to improve your own strength. At the same time, Han Xing also started preparations for leveling up. He looked at the little wolf boy who was lazily sleeping beside him, and shouted, "Ballet, get ready to work." Coldball instantly raised his head from the sofa and jumped down happily. Han Xing discovered that after the past few days of feeding, Coldball had grown significantly in size, from a puppy the size of 2 palms to a wolf cub that was now as long as arms. With my current body shape, I can no longer put it on my shoulders. Hearing that Han Xing was finally going to take him out for some activities, Coldball ran wildly in the territory with excitement. 10 minutes later, a cloud measuring more than 40 square meters appeared in front of them, and the system prompt appeared. "There are a group of jungle creatures active inside, do you want to enter?" Han Xing said yes without hesitation. When I walked in, I saw a group of level 4 and 5 wild boars. With his current attributes and Coldball's powerful melee ability, these level 4 and 5 monsters no longer pose much of a threat to him. After a few minutes, a system prompt appears. "You have killed the jungle boar LV5*8. Gained 400 experience points, and pet briquettes gained experience points. Your territory has been expanded." After dealing with this group of wild boars, Han Xing continued to explore other empty islands without stopping. "You have killed the bombing squirrel level 5/6 and gained 300 experience points, and the pet briquettes have gained 240 experience points. You have killed the steel needle hedgehog LV5*4, gained 200 experience points, and pet briquettes gained experience points. You have killed." As system prompts appeared one after another, after a morning of exploration, a white Light shone on Han Xing and Mei Qiu one after another. Finally reached level 6. Han Xing said excitedly, level 6 is an important threshold, because this means that his level can already equip the 2 blue pieces of equipment, Vicious Beast leather armor, and Warrior's Ring, and the most important thing is the purple weapon design that he obtained when he won the first place in the territory standings. A purple weapon that can increase his attack by several levels, coupled with the bonuses of those blue outfits, the Korean star's overall strength will undergo a transformation by then. Chapter 50 Legendary Special Effects. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Han Xing looked at his drawing board expectantly. The purple weapon blueprint, Moon Crown Longbow, has been shown to be craftable. Han Xing pointed at the production button with trembling fingers and said excitedly, "This is the first purple equipment in my life. I hope the properties won't be too bad." Then, he directly clicked on production. A 120-second progress bar appears. Purple equipment takes longer to make than blue equipment. After Han Xing waited patiently for 2 minutes, a dazzling purple light suddenly appeared in front of his eyes. Snap! The next moment, a silver-white long bow fell on the grass. The entire bow body was bright silver, with many secret patterns carved on it. On the bow body, Han Xing also saw 5 diamond-like luminous gems inlaid on the front and back, which should be the 5 moonstones. The shape of the longbow is extraordinary just by looking at it, and the bowstring, which is as thick as a little finger, fully demonstrates its powerful lethality. Han Xing bent down to pick up the long bow, and felt a cold touch. Good bow. Han Xing sincerely admired that a good weapon can feel its power when you hold it in your hand. At the same time, the properties of this long bow also appeared in front of me. Moon Crown Longbow, purple, LV6, quality, treasure, attack power 75-85, agility plus 10, with special effects, Moonlight Flow, Moon Curse. Moonlight Flow, when launching an attack, there is a 50% probability of converting 10 points of mental and physical strength into agility attributes. Curse of the Moon, when attacking, it will cause the Curse of the Moon effect on the enemy, reducing the healing effect by -10% and reducing the movement speed by -10%. The Flow of Moonlight and the Curse of the Moon. Han Xing thought, the first Moonlight Circulation special effect has a probability of converting 10 points of mental and physical strength into agility. In other words, when the special effect is triggered, it can increase me at least 20 points of agility, which translates into almost 40 points of attack. Force. The second curse special effect actually has the effect of reducing treatment. Can it be combined with the power of the Void of Coal Balls to weaken the enemy multiple times? That he remembered that among Coal Ball's skills, the power of the Void can also suppress the enemy's healing effect by 60%, and coupled with the Curse of the Moon, it can directly reduce it by 70%. Thinking of this, Han Xing felt excited. This bow has really good attributes. That the attack power alone is more than 3 times greater than the green longbow in his hand, plus the additional 10 points of agility and the 2 special effects. As long as it is equipped, his current attack power will be doubled several times. However, when Han Xing saw the quality of the treasure on the attribute panel, he suddenly had another idea. Purple equipment can be of up to legendary quality. Although the probability is a bit low, with my current material reserves, I can still build 3 Moon Crown longbows. Han Xing raised his head instantly and said, "You can give it a try." Thinking of this, he continued to make it. 4 minutes later, snap. Snap. 2 Moon Crown longbows were built in succession, but both were of rare quality. The probability of legendary quality appearing is much lower, but, think about it, ordinary purple equipment is generally of rare quality, and treasure quality is very rare. As for the purple clothing of legendary quality, it is estimated that no aboriginal person in this world has ever seen 2 pieces. That is the best thing that only a true master craftsman can create. Han Xing looked at the drawing interface and said, "Now, there is only the last material left, let's try again." He clicked make. However, the next moment he clicked, a burst of dazzling purple light suddenly shot into the sky. Han Xing even saw that this purple light pillar extended hundreds of meters into the sky, and the surrounding clouds were dyed purple. The movement was so loud that it was scary. When this news appeared, Han Xing knew that it was highly likely to happen. The Moon Crown longbow created this time is likely to be of legendary quality. In his expectant eyes, the 120 seconds ended quickly. Han Xing once again saw a silver-white longbow appear, but what was different from before was that little stars appeared on the bow of this longbow, adding a bit of mystery and beauty. After bending down to pick it up, the properties of the long bow appeared in front of me. Moon Crown Longbow, purple, LV6, quality, legendary. Attack power 101-113, agility plus 15, with special effects, Moonlight Flow, Moon Curse, Dark Moon Arrival, legendary. Special effects, Dark Moon Coming, legendary special effect. After a survivor uses the Moon Crown Longbow to kill 5 enemies in a row, the Dark Moon Coming effect will be triggered. The black full moon shines above the head. When within the range of the dark moon, the survivor's attack speed is increased by 50%, and the friendly attack speed is increased by 30%. The effect lasts for 20 seconds. When the dark moon comes to an end, the dark moon will automatically detonate. Causes damage equal to agility asterisk 300% to surrounding enemies. Fuck. Han Xing was shocked beyond measure when he saw the introduction of the last special effects. The attack speed is increased by 50%, and it can also increase allies by 30%. After the effect is over, there will be area damage. Is this a legendary level special effect? How terrifying! Han Xing couldn't wait to pick it up and said in surprise, with the properties of this long bow, I am afraid that ordinary golden equipment cannot compare with it. Han Xing was right. The properties of gold equipment of the same level are only 20% stronger than purple equipment, and the leap from treasure to legend is far more than 20% stronger. Coupled with the legendary special effects, this Moon Crown Longbow is enough to defeat golden equipment of the same level. At this time, this silver-white longbow exuded gentle moonlight. Han Xing vaguely felt that the Moon Crown Longbow, which had the legendary special effects of the Dark Moon Coming, seemed to be its complete form. Han Xing equipped the legendary quality Moon Crown Longbow without hesitation, and then put the power ring on his other hand. Then he took off the python skin coat that had been with him for many days and put on the dark yellow beast leather armor. For a time, the attribute skyrocketed. He glanced at his personal dashboard. Name, Korean star. Race, human race. Occupation, hunter. Level, LV6. Strength, 10 plus 20. Warrior Pendant plus 6, Traveler's Ring plus 2, Power Ring plus 12, Agility, 15 plus 32. Space Backpack plus 4, Animal Skin Boots plus 6, Traveler's Ring plus 2, Ferocious Animal Skin Armor plus 5, Mooncrown Longbow plus 15, Spirit, 9 plus 8, Traveler's Ring plus 2, Warrior Pendant plus 1, Spirit plus 5, Physique, 12 plus 13, Space Backpack plus 4, Warrior Pendant, plus 2, Traveler's Ring plus 2, Beast Leather Armor plus 5. Note: a survivor can wear up to 2 rings and 1 necklace at the same time. With this attribute, I'm afraid those level 5 elite monsters are not as high as me. Han Xing looked at his panel and said excitedly, I'm so awesome. Level 5 to level 6 is indeed a huge watershed. This attribute improvement is really fierce. At the same time, the properties of briquettes that have been upgraded to level 5 have also been greatly enhanced. The agility attribute has exceeded 30, and coupled with the 200% speed bonus of Void Flash, even the current Korean star cannot catch up with it. After becoming stronger, Han Xing decided to explore the more powerful Sky Island nearby. Not far ahead, he saw a cloud covering more than 100 square meters. Han Xing controlled his territory to get closer. A system prompt appeared. There is a group of dark cave-dwelling creatures gathered inside. There are many of them. Do you want to enter? Cave creatures. Is it a new race? Out of curiosity, Han Xing clicked to enter.